Connecting you. This is Iowa's News Now at 10.
This country will have enough vaccine supply, I'll say it again, for every adult in America by the end of May.
More gains for the U.S. in the fight against the coronavirus. Why President Biden says the vaccine timeline is accelerating.
But we begin Iowa's News Now tonight with a pair of victories for schools in local special elections. In the Marion Independent School District, voters overwhelmingly approve a $31 million bond measure. It easily met the necessary 60% supermajority to pass, with 85% of voters approving the measure. The money will go for a new outdoor athletic complex, more classrooms at Francis Marion Intermediate School, turning Starry Elementary into space for the high school, and a new elementary school near Thomas Park. The Albertette School District is also celebrating a successful election. A simple majority was needed to decide how to spend a petty sales tax. The results clipped that mark, receiving nearly 90% of the vote.
And a special election in Dubuque will fill a vacant seat on City Council. Susan Farber and John Pregler running for the open spot in Ward 1. Farber narrowly defeats Pregler by a vote of 51% to 49%. The candidates separated by only 32 votes. And new tonight in Cedar Rapids, new details on a neighborhood association battling their own president. Tonight, they kick him out. Iowa's News Now first told you about this story last week. The Wellington Heights Neighborhood Association removes Charles Grafton. This after several residents pushed back when he postponed an election slated for early last month. The association plans to hold an election next Tuesday.
New tonight in Iowa City, the man tapped to help root out racial inequity comes as a surprise to some members of the community. The newly formed Truth and Reconciliation Commission has chosen a union leader to oversee its spending. Iowa's News Now reporter Dion Broxton is live from City Hall in Iowa City with reaction from both sides. Dion?
Karen, the goal of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission is to basically reach out and fight racism and fill concerns about racism in the community. Now, the commission picked a person who fights for union members every day, but his race and salary are hard for some to process. The Iowa City Council assembled the Truth and Reconciliation Commission last year with one primary goal: provide ideas to root out racism by listening and forming relationships with concerned residents. But the latest addition to the commission is raising concerns. Commissioners picked longtime resident and union rep Jesse Case to oversee the group's budget.
He has a lot of experience in mediation and contract negotiation.
The contract he negotiated with the city is turning heads. $53 an hour for part-time work for 16 months. That totals $64,000. But Commissioner Amel Ali says this is far less compared to lawyers who do similar work.
Some of them make upwards of $200 an hour. I think that what Jesse's asking for is actually really fair.
Longtime Iowa City Coralville resident Nicholas Tyson is concerned about Case balancing two jobs.
How is he actually going to be able to develop the kind of relationships that he needs to? Because frankly, as a white man, you already have a huge hurdle you have to overcome.
Tyson believes his ties to Johnson County Supervisor and Commission Chair, Voice-Ann Porter, is another red flag.
To me, there's something fundamentally problematic about the chair of a commission going to a personal friend of hers who is also a white man, who is then also going to be paid a fairly substantial amount of money, who also doesn't have connections to the communities that he's going to have to try and be involved in.
For Ali, it's about having someone who won't back down.
I don't think that he's going to be easily shut down by these institutions.
City Council always has to approve money used by this commission, and tonight they just approved a contract for Case to become the facilitator. Live in Iowa City, Dion Broxton, Iowa's News Now.
Well, temperatures continue to struggle with that snowpack in place. But with that said, much of the area was either at or above normal. 42, the high today in Cedar Rapids, all the way up to 48 in Iowa City, 50 down in Washington, where the snowpack is virtually gone, 37 for Dubuque and Owine. A live look tonight over Cedar Rapids. A lot of clear skies over ahead. The radar and satellite view incredibly calm, and calm weather will persist all the way into next week as well. That's when trouble will arrive. But for tomorrow, we do expect a lot of sunshine. Temperatures slowly warming right back up into the mid-40s with plentiful sunshine. We backed off temperatures just a little bit as we head towards the weekend, but we do anticipate a big warm-up for the second part of the weekend. What to expect and more on a possibility of some heavy rain in your Weather First forecast coming up.
Thank you, Nick. New tonight, a vaccine for every American adult by the end of May. That's the word from President Biden. That would bump, that would bump up the timeline about 2 months. This as a third vaccine. The Johnson & Johnson shot is now being distributed around the nation. President Biden says the drug maker is getting help.
And today, we're announcing a major step forward. Two of the largest healthcare and pharmaceutical companies in the world that are usually competitors are working together on the vaccine. Johnson & Johnson and Merck will work together to expand the production of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine.
The president says that does not mean a return to normal life, not yet at least. Health experts like Dr. Anthony Fauci warn against relaxing virus protocols.
In Lynn County, a delivery of 3,600 COVID vaccines is expected this week, and it's the newly approved Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Add that to the Pfizer and Moderna doses, and the county will be getting nearly 7,000 vaccines. Under rules by the state health department, though, the new Johnson & Johnson doses will go to frontline essential workers in the food, agricultural, and manufacturing sectors. Tomorrow, Governor Reynolds is to address the state on the status of the pandemic here. Her press conference is slated to start at 11 a.m. Iowa's News Now will bring you live coverage on air and online. We'll also have the latest on the more important parts of her speech tomorrow on Iowa's News Now at 5 and 6.
New tonight, the Eastern Iowa Health Center says they've opened up appointments for COVID vaccines. A spokesperson says they want people 65 and older who are looking to get vaccinated. Those appointments are for this week and next week. You can call between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. to set up yours. The number is on your screen right now, 319-651-7763, option 6. We also have this number at iowasnewsnow.com. Coming up next, Marion making headway on their new library, the progress, and when they'll finish when Iowa's News Now returns.
You are connected to Iowa's News Now at 10, connecting you to the news stories and events that affect you, plus your accurate Weather First forecast, on air, online, on every screen. We are Iowa's News Now.
Colbert's got a new late show with Neil deGrasse Tyson tonight on CBS.
Family fitter, bath fitter, style fitter, bath fitter, you fitter, bath fitter. We install beautiful tubs that fit perfectly over your old one with no mess or demo. Get the bath you want in a day with quality that lasts a lifetime. It just fits. Bath fitter.
At MediaCom, we know the future is ours to create. That's why we built an incredibly advanced fiber-powered network. So today, when lives are being challenged more than ever, we're working harder than ever to help families move forward, businesses restart, and our communities get back on their feet. MediaCom is up for this challenge. Our network is ready, our people are powerful, and we won't back down.
Limitless Mail asks, do you have trouble sleeping? No energy, loss of muscle mass, poor concentration, belly fat, low sex drive, depression? If you have any symptoms, you likely have low testosterone, and there's an easy fix. Limitless Mail can check your levels and get you back to being you. Ask about new options for ED at the #1 men's clinic now open in Cedar Rapids. Schedule online at limitlessmail.com. Insurance accepted.
There's a cost with an unsolved murder.
I saw the pain, the confusion.
What's needed?
They just don't have time, they don't have resources.
How state lawmakers plan to solve old murder cases. Wednesday at 10.
A project years in the making is about a year from becoming reality. We're talking about what will soon be Marion's new library. This is a look at it right now over my shoulder. Iowa's News Now reporter Shannon Mowdy is there live right now. And Shannon, the library has faced some major struggles this past year.
Christopher, right now the Marion Library is utilizing 5 different locations, not including this one. The old building was severely damaged in the August derecho, but let's take a look across the street where things are really starting to take shape on this new building. It's set to open March 2022. For the past 7 months, librarians and patrons have been living with the condensed version of Marion's library.
I think probably the word that describes it best would be excitement. This has been a plan in the making for years. So I think we are ready.
Ready to move out of the temporary situation on 7th Ave and onto the next chapter.
It's starting to look like a building now.
Due to derecho damage, library staff had to check out of the old space in August. But the new building on the Cat Lot is right on schedule and an $18 million budget to open next March.
Well, we're not in Marion, but we come because we love Marion's library specifically.
Carol Sauer has been a regular for over 2 decades.
I read a book every 1 to 2 days.
She's anxious to see the new facility, including the parking lot.
If they want people to come, they need to have adequate parking.
Space was the biggest factor in leaving the old space. A 2019 master plan shows Marion's population will grow by 3,000 every 5 years, and around 5,000 non-residents will continue to use the library. Interim Director Kelly Dibvig says they want this 50,000 square foot building to be a community asset.
More than double the amount of meeting space between study rooms and large gathering spaces. But we will also have things like a demonstration kitchen, a recording studio, both audio and video. We'll have some tech and maker spaces.
And the community's helping make it happen.
We are attempting to raise $3.3 million for the project, and currently we are have just hit the $2.5 million.
A good way to close the book.
Thank you. Have a good day.
On a bad year.
We're ready to be there.
Now you can keep up to date on this project, including checking out a 24-hour live stream of the construction project. Obviously nothing going on behind me right now, but you can check that out. We have a link at iowasnewsnow.com. Live in Marion, Shannon Mowdy, Iowa's News Now.
Well, southwest winds today and tonight really warmed up our temperatures. We're running about 20 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday for much of the state, and temperatures will continue to climb for the most part. We'll talk about a warming trend and potential for heavy rain in your Weather First forecast next.
The road conditions live before you drive. The Weather First Road Warrior.
Get a stylish solution for every room with window treatment and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Get window images, room darkening vinyl and aluminum blinds, faux wood blinds, and cellular shades trimmed to width for free, or order a custom style and size. From durable, economical options to stunning custom designs, you'll find the perfect window treatments to transform your space. Right now, all window treatments are 11% off at Menards. Get 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Place your legal sports bets at BetRivers.com, your new home for sports betting. Millions of betting options a year on the sports you love. We offer live in-game betting on major sporting events worldwide. We have tons of bets available during games, from money lines, point spreads, prop bets, play-by-play bets, and many more. BetRivers.com offers live streaming of events worldwide. That's right, you can bet on the game as you're watching. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com.
Wabtec is hiring. Wabtec is a premier locomotive manufacturer, and we're looking for experienced workers to join our team in Cedar Rapids and Albia, Iowa. We have open positions for CNC operators, electricians, material specialists, mechanics, painters, and welders. You can make as much as $25 an hour, and you start earning benefits immediately, including medical, dental, vision coverage, even a discount on pet care and 401k, all from day one. To apply, call or visit wabtec.com.
Is pain stopping you from getting what you want out of life? Cedar Rapids Pain Associates understands that persistent daily pain can seem inescapable. Fortunately, they specialize in solving tough pain problems with effective, non-surgical techniques. With years of experience and same-day appointments, conquering your pain has never been more achievable. Call Cedar Rapids Pain Associates today to start living the way you want to. Call 319-540-8331.
Buy any large Casey's pizza and get one large single topping pizza for just $5.99 with promo code WIN. Order in the app. Casey's, here for good.
Will their toxic love survive?
I want to go on record right now. You're in danger.
New Dr. Phil.
Tomorrow at 3 on CBS 2.
All New Ellen, Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer from Thunder Force.
You're both doing your own stunts.
Octavia was in the harness but hadn't been lifted yet. She was like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Tomorrow at 4 on CBS 2.
We now know the name of a Cedar Rapids cop who shot and killed a man accused in a deadly stabbing. Police identify the officer as Kaiser Moore. It all happened late last month near the roadway inn on 16th Avenue in southwest Cedar Rapids. Investigators say Arnell States stabbed and killed Katrina Brinson and wounded another woman. Police say Officer Moore shot States as he ran from the scene. States died a few days later. Police say States and Brinson were involved in a domestic violence case less than 24 hours before the stabbings. Moore has been with the force 3.5 years. Right now, Moore is on routine paid leave.
Facial recognition technology is rolling out all over the nation, even at Iowa State. You may have been scanned without even knowing it. Josie Sturman explores how communities are struggling to implement the new technology in schools safely. That's tonight's Spotlight on America.
This is Where's Waldo?
Jim Schultz uses a popular children's book to illustrate how facial recognition works, picking one face out from a crowd. It's an elementary lesson about something he considers incredibly dangerous, especially in schools.
Our school district essentially turned kids like my daughter into lab rats.
The public policy expert and father concerned about his daughter's district in Lockport, New York, one of the first in the country to implement facial recognition technology in its school buildings.
The two people, as they walked by, were identified.
Spotlight on America was given a behind-the-scenes look at how it worked in Lockport, with cameras watching the halls, software scanning faces, looking for a match in a database they'd set up to identify potential threats, like sex offenders or suspended teachers.
This is the technology that Russia and China use to spy on dissidents. It does not belong in a high school hallway.
And now in New York, it no longer does, thanks to the governor who signed a state ban just weeks ago, temporarily stopping the use of the technology that uses artificial intelligence to map out unique facial features and attempts to match them to existing images.
When it comes to children especially, you have these two sometimes competing concerns of privacy and safety.
Ashley Johnson, a research analyst at the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation, told us there's no national framework or standard for using facial recognition. So issues like accuracy, data storage, and usage need to be clearly laid out.
What's the timeline for actually getting these things sort of legislated, and how quickly do we need to do it?
I would like to see Congress passing comprehensive privacy legislation that covers facial recognition, and I think they're dragging their feet on the issue.
At a hearing more than a year ago, congressional lawmakers on both sides expressed major concern about facial recognition technology use in schools.
This technology is clearly biased, inaccurate, and even more dangerous when used in schools where black and brown students are disproportionately already over-policed and disciplined.
Still, no legislation has passed. And civil liberties groups nationwide recently called for an all-out ban, telling the Biden administration that facial recognition should never be used to monitor children. Still, many schools are using it, in many cases unchecked. A group fighting facial recognition on college campuses found at least 14 major universities, including the University of Southern California, Iowa State, and University of Wisconsin, already use the technology, while another 29 would consider it.
You don't judge this kind of data collection technology by what the people running it promise. You judge it by what it ultimately has the technical capacity to do.
I'm Josie Sturman for Spotlight on America.
We'll call them quiet weather continues here in eastern Iowa. A live look tonight over Coralville. Not a lot going on, and temperatures aren't too bad for this time of year. At 40 degrees still in Iowa City. That south wind continues to bring in some warm air out there tonight. On the radar and satellite view, again, very quiet weather. We don't expect anything on the radar until maybe Tuesday of next week. Quite some time of dry weather in place. Your forecast for tomorrow, back to the mid-20s by tomorrow morning. Not too bad. By the afternoon, we are warming back up into the low to mid-40s for much of the area under abundant sunshine. Overall, a very pleasant day on tap here in eastern Iowa. Predictor shows quiet weather continuing tonight. That southwest wind will change more northerly as we go through the day tomorrow. So temperatures may be similar, if not a little bit cooler tomorrow compared to today area wide. Heading into Thursday, that's where we do expect some bigger changes. A little bit of cloud cover early in the day on Thursday, and then east winds will continue throughout much of the day. That's some Lake Michigan enhanced air. So we will likely be cooler on Thursday than most of the days this week. But then changes are brewing as we head towards the weekend. Friday, low 40s, lots of sunshine. Upper 40s on Saturday. We'll call it partly cloudy skies. We did knock temperatures down just a little bit due to more of an easterly component to the wind. But by Sunday, we should be fueling off southwest winds. Temperatures climbing right back into the mid-50s with a little bit more cloud cover as well. That cloud cover, a sign of more moisture on the way ahead of our next weather maker. This area of low pressure will likely arrive in the upper Midwest starting late Tuesday of next week and especially into Wednesday. It's going to pull in a lot of Gulf of Mexico moisture, and this could lead to a few bouts of heavy rainfall somewhere in the central part of the country. Too early to say if we're going to be in the thick of it, but somewhere in the region we will be watching it. And while we will be dealing with rain, we're also going to be dealing with warmth. In fact, that warm front lifting up north will bring in temperatures across the entire upper Midwest, 15 to 25 degrees above normal. Temperatures tonight, a bit on the cooler side. 25 in Independence, 27 out in Decatur, 27 in Dubuque as well. 25 tonight in Cedar Rapids, 27 for Sigourney, 28 in Washington. Mostly clear, quiet, cool conditions. We're in the mid-40s in Cedar Rapids tomorrow, 49 in Washington, 46 out west in Tama, 43 in Oldwine, 46 in Dubuque. Overall, a sunny day tomorrow, and that snow melts will continue. 7-day forecast, back near 40 on Thursday, low 40s on Friday. We're back in the upper 40s on Saturday. Sunday, though, begins to warm up with a string of 50s likely. Our Weather First team coverage continues with Weather First meteorologist Nathan Santo Domingo talking about active weather that moves in this March.
Right, Nick. It can get more active as we go throughout the month of March and later on into the spring. It's certainly been a while since we've seen any severe weather in our neck of the woods. 111 days since the National Weather Service in the Quad Cities has issued us a severe thunderstorm warning. Compare that to, oddly enough, Seattle, my hometown. They issued one 47 days ago. Notice down to the south, though, Dallas, it's only been 1 day since they've issued a severe thunderstorm warning. Signs that kind of spring are starting to sprung, I guess you could say. And it is notable that we do see a slight uptick in the month of March for severe thunderstorm warnings, though the peak is all the way until June. But March is when things start to at least get a little bit more active, and severe thunderstorms and even tornadoes are back in the cards for the forecast. Of course, nothing in the immediate future, but a good reminder that things are going to get more active here over the next couple of months, and it can happen as early March. This was back in March 6, 2017. Muscatine in the thick of things there with tornado damage. So definitely something that we have to keep a close eye on here as we go through the month.
Coming up next in sports, we've got highlights from a pair of quarterfinal matchups as day 2 of the girls' state basketball tournament rolls on. When Iowa's News Now returns.
People everywhere living with type 2 diabetes are waking up to what's possible with Rybelsus.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Rybelsus works differently than any other diabetes pill to lower blood sugar in all 3 of these ways. Increases insulin, decreases sugar, and slows food. The majority of people taking Rybelsus lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7. People taking Rybelsus lost up to 8 pounds. Rybelsus isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Rybelsus if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Rybelsus and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rybelsus with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Wake up to what's possible with Rybelsus. You may pay as little as $10 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today.
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, well, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
Negative.
Robots don't know you. We do. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, every plan starts with a conversation. Learn more at fbfs.com/protect.
With the Dish Anywhere app, you can watch what you want, where you want, at no extra charge.
Kids, bedtime.
Which is a good thing, because life is full of little surprises.
Ready to what?
Even when there's an unexpected change in venue. Watch what you want, where you want, on up to 5 devices, at no extra charge. Dish, tuned in to you.
State purpose of visit.
Well, our tractor's gonna kick the bucket this year.
Searching internet for new bucket.
I don't need a bucket.
Robots don't know you. We do. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, every plan starts with a conversation. Learn more at fbfs.com/protect.
Get Iowa's News Now updates on your Amazon Echo. Sign up for our flash briefing. This is Iowa's News Now Sports with Grant Becker.
It was always going to be a short wrestling season with a chance to be even shorter due to COVID-19 pauses, and that's exactly how it went for Iowa. An early duel never happened due to Michigan's break. Then Iowa's last 3 duels were all dropped due to their own stoppage and Wisconsin's decision to cancel. So that means the Hawkeyes will enter this weekend's Big Ten Championships after a month without matches. They're ready, but are they ready?
We're ready as we can be. The results will show how ready me saying we are. And, you know, we got to be ready to hit the mat when that first whistle blows. And when I say we got to be ready to hit the mat, we got to be ready to hit the mat in a ready way. We're ready.
Are you ready? The Big Ten released preliminary seeds for this weekend's conference championships today, and the Hawks lead the way with 4 number 1 seeds. It's the usual suspects: Lee, Ironman, Marinelli, and Kemmerer. The only guy who isn't a top 3 seed this weekend is Nelson Brands. He's got some work to do as a 9 seed. The action starts at 9 a.m. Saturday. It'll be on BTN. They're showing it in red zone fashion. It should be a whole lot of fun. The Caitlin Clark Award train left the station in early December, and instead of hitting the freshman wall, it has only gained speed. Today, Clark was named a semifinalist for the Naismith Trophy Women's Player of the Year. There are 11 semifinalists, and Clark, along with UConn's Paige Beckers, who's the top recruit in this year's class, are the only freshmen among them. After not being named a semifinalist for the Nancy Lieberman Award last month, Clark was named one of 5 finalists for that award yesterday. That's given to the nation's top point guard. Iowa State hosted Texas tonight. Cyclones still seeking their first Big 12 win of the season, but they would not get it done. No Rozier Bolton tonight. Jalen Coleman-Land stepped up, but he could not get enough help. Iowa State falls to 0-16 in conference play. This was their last home game. At Kansas State on Sunday is going to be the best shot that they've got left. Girls state basketball in Des Moines tonight. Maquoketa Valley, the undefeated top seed, taking on unranked Rock Valley, but the Wildcats are down 10 after the first quarter. This will help the comeback. Emerson Wittenbaugh banks home the 3, and the lead is cut in half real quick. Mac Valley within 3 here midway through the second quarter. Some good movement frees up Taya Tucker. She goes right to the hoop and makes it a 1-point game. There wouldn't be another point scored in the first half, so we go to the third quarter. Still a 1-point game. Emma Imler looking to put the Wildcats in front for the first time tonight. She gets it done. The senior had 20 in this one, and after that, the Wildcats just take over. 11-point lead here. Ella Menson throws a beauty of a pass to Wittenbaugh. She puts it up and in, and Maquoketa Valley runs away with the win, 51-35 the final. The Wildcats are on to the semis. The day started with 4A action in the morning. Waller taking on the top seed Glenwood, and when you're playing the top dogs, you don't want to get in a hole early. Golden Eagles doing well in that endeavor. Mary Kate King with a great take to the rack, and it's a 2-point lead. But Glenwood would get going shortly after that, so Waller is down 8 here in the second quarter, where Allie Kutch buries the 3 to make it a 5-point game, but the gap would grow to 11 by halftime, so the Golden Eagles are battling back in the second half. King again attacking off the dribble. She gets a circus shot to go. Waller back with an 8. But Glenwood They never ease up, man. The Rams take off in the third quarter and end Wallert's Cinderella hopes with a 79-57 win. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
Iowa's News Now is brought to you by Mercy Medical Center, Cedar Rapids.
Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4, get ready for summer at the iHeartMedia Outdoor Living Show. We're taking over at Lindale Mall to bring you the best in outdoor living with vendors, speakers, and giveaways. You might even win a $50,000 backyard makeover. It's the event of the spring season, the iHeartMedia Outdoor Living Show, presented by Fairfax Greenhouse and Landscape. Find inspiration for your next project or someone to do it for you. Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 4, we'll see you at Lindale Mall.
Want to sell your car? We'll buy it. Hi, this is Amy over at Warehouse Auto. If you have a vehicle you're looking to sell, let us know. We'll give you an accurate wholesale appraisal with a simple, fast process. Go to our website at warehouseauto.com and click on the Sell Us Your Car tab. Enter the vehicle information and we'll contact you with a price. So if you have a vehicle you'd like to sell, visit us at warehouseauto.com or in Swisher. We're halfway between Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, right off of I-380, exit 10.
Welcome to Villas at Stony Point. As construction nears completion, we are excited to show you all that makes our campus unique.
As you walk into each apartment, you'll notice our stainless steel appliances and our beautiful quartz countertops, along with an in-unit washer and dryer. For relaxation and incredible views, you'll love the attached patio.
Opening soon. Call us today to hear more about what makes Villas at Stony Point exceptional and learn the financial benefits of reserving early.
Spring weather in Iowa can change quickly.
Arctic air now a distant memory.
Iowa's News Now Weather First will keep you on top of the changes.
The winds, though, are going to start to pick up here shortly.
Your earliest warning possible.
There'll be a chance for some light rain, wind shear mix, and even some light snow.
Expert storm tracking.
The other thing we are tracking is those warmer temperatures sticking around for quite a bit of time.
And live conditions on all your screens. Always trust Weather First, only on Iowa's News Now.
Your home for Hawkeye basketball this weekend. Iowa versus Wisconsin. Sunday at noon on Fox 28.
And your 7-day forecast will break down like this. Back in the mid-40s for tomorrow. We're a bit cooler Thursday and Friday. Low 40s will return with more of an easterly wind, bringing in some of that Lake Michigan enhanced air. But by the weekend, upper 40s on Saturday, then here come the 50s. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday will be a bit breezy pretty much every day, with rain chances moving in as early as Tuesday. I think later next week, definitely a good chance to see that.
All right, thank you. And thank you for joining us on Iowa's News Now.
And Lake Michigan enhanced air sounds like something that should be banned from the Olympics. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, have a good night.
Next ET, Inside the Real World Homecoming. What original New York roommate Eric Neese is only telling ET.
It was really emotional for me. I think I cried a few times.
Next ET.
Tomorrow at 6:30 on CBS 2.
Elevate your curb appeal and protect your home with Atlas Roofing from Menards. The roof is easily one of the most overlooked features of any home, even though it is one of the most important. Built with beauty and durability in mind, Castleberg shingles will add great value to your home while protecting it for years to come. All Castleberg shingles now $19.99 after 11% rebate. Save 11% on everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Life is stressful. Family, work, money, health. Don't let stress keep you down, hold you back, or beat you. Find your own way for your body, mind, and soul. You can get up. You can get ahead. You can win in your own way on your own time. Shields.
After a crash, some insurance companies act friendly on the phone, but work behind the scenes to pay as little as possible. That's not fair. They start out by saying they will cover your medical bills, but later argue that your injuries are pre-existing conditions. That's not fair. Call RSH Legal after a serious crash. We don't get paid until you get paid, because that is fair. RSH Legal, fighting for fairness.
Get the Iowa's News Now news app today. Instant alerts the second news break.